Hey, I'm Jayarr, and on this season of Trail Mix, I'm gonna take you around, under, and through Arizona. Join me in my quest to see the best trails that Arizona has to offer, from the iconic spots to the hidden gems. Along the way, we'll be diving deep into what makes Arizona's trails some of the best in the world. So come on, let's take a hike. From the freezing tundras to the sweltering deserts, from the towering forests to the flat grasslands, from verdant marshes to flowing rivers, Arizona is host to an enormous variety of habitats across the state. Due to this variety, Arizona has the highest biodiversity of any inland state and is home to more than 800 different fish and wildlife species. Today we'll be exploring a small fraction of the biodiversity in this state. We'll start by heading to the very bottom of the state and exploring Ramsey Canyon, and then head up to Catalina State Park to explore the desert. First up on our journey to see the variety in Arizona is a place that is the epitome of biodiverse. Welcome to Ramsey Canyon.
Trail Mixed is made possible in part by a gift from Sue and Bill Ahern. Additional support provided by
SRP is staying ahead of the Valley's growing energy needs. We're investing in one of the country's largest solar battery storage projects to deliver power that's as reliable as it is sustainable.
Albertsons Safeway Pharmacies and Valley nonprofit Mission of Mercy are proud to support cancer awareness. They encourage you to talk to your doctor, get recommended screenings, and don't forget your flu vaccine. More information at albertsons or safeway.com.
Whitfill Nursery, proud to support 8 Arizona PBS, a Valley tradition since 1946. Over 200 acres of Arizona-grown trees, citrus, and palms. Complete custom design and installation. And Whitfill Nursery still does the digging. WhitfillNursery.com.
Arizona, you never cease to amaze us. From your determination to your resiliency, both individually and as a community. Because of you, the Arizona Lottery can use its resources to help make our state stronger. From supporting small businesses to protecting Arizona's most vulnerable people and giving hope to future generations. Paving the way for a better tomorrow, for our better tomorrow.
And by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Ramsey Canyon is a perfect place to explore the biodiversity of Arizona. It's located where the Sierra Madre of Mexico, the Rocky Mountains, and the Sonoran Desert meet, making it an ecological crossroads. The trickling Ramsey Creek supports water-loving plants, while desert plants like cacti and yucca grow mere feet away. Today I met with Taylor Hansen to learn more about the preserve. Hey, Taylor.
Hey, Jayarr.
Hey, good to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
Dude, this is my first time to Ramsey Canyon. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah, I'm really glad you get to be up here and join us for a hike. It's a really great day to get out and enjoy the nature out here.
Do you think we might see some animals since we're pretty early on the trail?
I think we should be able to, yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're ready to teach, I'm ready to learn.
Awesome. Let's
All
go.
right, come on.
Oh, hey, do you see those deer up there on the hillside?
Yeah, right behind that tree.
Oh, they're really beautiful.
I kind of want to make myself as small as possible to not scare them away. Oh, there's a couple of them, huh?
Oh, yeah, there's a few. And I think they have some babies that they had last summer.
Okay. How many do you see up there?
Let's see, I'm seeing at least 3. There might be a 4th.
Wow. What's the species?
So these are actually a subspecies of white-tailed deer called Coues whitetail. They're smaller than the other whitetail in the United States. They're the second smallest subspecies, the smallest being the Florida Keys white-tailed deer.
They're really close to us right now.
They're really close. The wildlife here at Ramsey Canyon while certainly not tame, is pretty used to seeing people around.
Yeah. Okay, well that was fast. We didn't have to go very far on the trail to find some animals. Yeah, I'd love to see whatever you have in store next up.
Absolutely, let's go.
So this land that we're currently on is owned by the Nature Conservancy. What do you guys do with the land? What's the significance of that?
Yeah, so at the Nature Conservancy, we aim to protect the lands and waters on which all life depends. And so being the world's largest environmental NGO, we do that in a lot of different ways. Here at Ramsey Canyon, this property was donated to us, and we do our best to protect it and educate the public about nature and what's going on with it.
Quite a noble cause.
Oh, thanks.
It's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, oh, it feels great, and it's always great getting to share all of this with people.
Hey, what is this? What is this stick thing right here? It kind of looks like bamboo.
Oh yeah, this stuff. Yeah, it looks a lot like bamboo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We call it equisetum, which is part of their scientific name. A lot of people call it horsetail or snakegrass or scouring rush. And unlike other plants that produce flowers to reproduce, these are more like ferns in that they produce spores that become more plants.
What are some of the threats to this area?
Probably the greatest threat is actually climate change. And with that, the water cycles here, the rain and other precipitation are a lot more unpredictable. So we're doing our best here at Ramsey Canyon to protect the creek and support it in ways to make it as healthy as possible to retain water on the preserve. And that keeps it ready to support the plants and animals that rely on it.
So when you say climate change, what's happening? What's the effect?
Yeah, the unreliable and inconsistent precipitation, whether that's snow or rain, and we do get quite a bit of snow up here in the winters. But with that unpredictability, that means we have less consistent water flowing through the creek.
Okay, that makes sense. There you go. I speak turkey. Natively. It's my native tongue, actually. I never told you guys that, but I'm actually a turkey. Watch. I'll see you next Tuesday. I'll see you at the bar, Jerry. What's this?
Yeah, so up here we have a handful of artificial ponds. We got these going, the first set in the early 2000s and the second set in 2017. And they were built for Chiricahua leopard frog conservation. They're a federally threatened species. And so we've been working with Arizona Game and Fish to build these ponds. And then later they were able to reintroduce the frogs to these ponds.
So they actually brought some from somewhere else and put them in?
Yeah, they actually brought egg masses from some other ponds and dropped them off here to see if they'd take off, and they sure have. So now we've got loads of them. If we pay attention as we walk by, we'll see their heads kind of poking out, but they blend in incredibly well. They're called leopard frogs because they have these incredible spots on them that look a lot like leopard print. And with that, they blend into the habitats they're supposed to be in perfectly.
Okay.
So you got to keep your eyes peeled, but if you're quiet and slow, you can see their heads popping up above the water.
I just see one, but he's right on top. Oh, no. There's another one just to his left. Wait a minute, they're everywhere. There's like 4 of them right there. As soon as you know what shape to look for, wait, hold up a second. I'm seeing literally like 50 of them. There's a huge one right there, the one that's moving. There are literally probably 50 of them right there. Coatis are a rare sight. Coatis are found from Arizona to South America and are members of the raccoon family. So we've seen all types of animals here. We've seen so many varieties of birds, and we've seen, turkeys just walking past us, squirrels, and everything's living in harmony. And of course, in one of the most lush and biodiverse environments that we visited this season. We finally see the elusive coati, so magical moments. It's been fun touring the canyon, but I'm ready for some hiking. For that, I'm meeting up with Dan Hubler, a docent at the preserve. What's up, my brother?
Well, hello, Jayarr.
Dan?
How you doing, man?
Good to meet you, man. What you got there?
Oh, my binoculars. I'm looking at hear that? It's an elegant trogon.
Can I see
Big,
it?
beautiful.
I've never actually used binoculars. Well, maybe when I was a kid, but...
Well, they're probably not going to be set for your eyes, 'cause
Oh,
I have
okay.
bad eyes, but you're welcome to look for them. And,
Where would I look?
well, come here. He's calling right up here. He's a big, bright red and green bird, and he can be so hard to find.
Oh, there he is, there he is, there he is. Even though it's not set for my eyes, I can see him. He's facing the other way.
Yeah, he's looking the
Oh,
way. He's looking away from
Does
us.
he have bright red feathers underneath?
Bright red breast and bright green back, and
It looks like he's puffing up.
probably is. There may be a girl around here somewhere he's trying to impress.
Oh, yeah. It
There
looks
he's
like...
kind of looking at you.
Yeah. That's really
It's
cool.
a southeast Arizona rarity there.
You know, oh man, dude, that was my first birding experience. Thank you so much. man.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm
you're the
glad you
man.
got to see it.
So I believe you're taking me on the Hamburg
Yeah,
Trail?
yeah. You ready?
I'm 100% ready.
All right, let's head out.
Let's take a hike.
take a hike.
You ever had anybody tell you that? Take a hike, Dan.
More times than I care to remember.
What's that one song? Hit the road, Jack.
Don't
you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Oh, what you say?
I can't do that part.
Heart rate up, Dan?
Yes. This is about the worst part of the trail.
Okay. Or the best part, depending on how you look at it, right?
Yeah, well, from my point of view, it's the worst. Undoubtedly.
I love your honesty, man.
I'm glad they got all these heart attack benches along here.
I hear you, brother. So can you tell me why this area is so biodiverse?
Yeah, well, there's four main ecosystems here, the Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Madres and the Mojave Desert and the Chihuahuan Desert and the Sonoran Desert. That's five. But so just from that aspect right there, there's all kinds of different life. But the elevation will change from 9,000 feet to 4,000 feet by the river. There's high elevation species up there, low elevation species down there. And it's just it's a remarkable ecosystem that is really not replicated anywhere else in the States.
Is it because of the significant elevation change
Yeah.
in such a short?
Yeah.
That's really cool. And that's plants and animals, huh?
Plants and animals.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he tells me.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
I told you.
Oh, I think that's a sign that we should take a break.
We need a break, man.
Oh my gosh, how you feeling?
I think I'll make it.
Yeah.
It's a little early to tell, but it's looking better.
Do you do this hike often?
No.
Okay.
Hear that bird singing up here?
I do.
That's a black-headed grosbeak.
Grosbeak.
Grosbeak. They got you know how most birds' beaks look like this? Theirs look like this.
That is gross, honestly.
And they can pop open pine cones and they can eat all sorts of stuff.
So, Sky Islands.
Yeah.
I've been hearing all different explanations, and I'm trying to figure out, like, is it because the mountains are in the sky and the top of the mountain is almost an ecology island of its own?
Well, that's certainly the case, and they are an ecological isolation zone unto themselves. Readily, wildlife and plants will move north and south along these sky islands, but they're just reluctant to go east and west down through those harsh desert environments in the river valleys.
Cool.
So,
Well, what do you think? You want to hit it?
no, but I
No.
will. All right, buddy. I'm gonna get.
How much longer?
4 hours.
No, don't do that, Dan. Don't do that. You're gonna raise my heart rate. You're gonna raise my cardio rate just by scaring me.
15 minutes.
Okay, we got
All
this, man.
I'm gonna get in front of you so I can slow you down. Phew.
That's right.
That's right.
I second that notion.
Okay. Does that look like the overlook?
Okay, that feels like a leading question. So my instincts tell me that this isn't it.
That ain't it.
Do
We got
people
some
come
more
up
to
here
go.
sometimes and think they're done?
Yeah, they get there and they think, well, that walk wasn't worth that.
Wait, before we carry on, what
Yeah.
is this beautiful red and green tree?
Okay, this is called manzanita, and my Spanish is pretty rusty. Actually, I don't know hardly any, but I think manzana is apple,
Okay.
and so manzanita is little apple. And this, so you can see some of the fruits on it here, and when they get ripe, they do turn red. And I think the Native Americans used that as a food source. But I know birds and coatis and some of the other mammal deer, they eat on this.
Would they eat them before they're ripe?
Oh, birds do a lot, yeah.
What about if a human eats it before it's ripe?
You might make a funny face, but I don't think it's poisonous.
Will you grab me a bunch, like a little bunch of
Let's try
apples?
one first. I know you're big and tough, but
That may be one of the most bitter, horrible things I've ever eaten in nature. Thank you for protecting me from the entire
it was
bunch.
your idea, brother.
Well, look, man, the sun is beaten. Is it time? Is it time for us to get up there?
It's time to get somewhere
Take one for the road.
out of the sun. Well, Jayarr, we made it.
Yes, yes, sir.
We made it up to the top as high as we're going to go anyway.
Yeah, as safe as we could be.
Oh, I feel so good. This makes the hike worth it.
Hey, man, dude, this is the most epic ending to this trail ever, man. I appreciate your energy. It's been good joking around with you.
It was my pleasure, man. I had a blast. You made that hill climb enjoyable.
I appreciate you, and all the information you gave me was pretty enlightening. So I deeply appreciate you. Don't lose your hat. That's why I got mine strapped.
My hat's blown away.
Ramsey Canyon is an amazing place to hike if you're looking to spot rare animals like coati or leopard frogs. Another rare animal to spot while hiking is the desert tortoise. But if you want to see one of those, there's a place you can find dozens of them just outside of Phoenix.
My name is Tegan Wolf, and I'm with the Desert Tortoise Adoption Program with Game and Fish. And I'm going to show you guys around to our tortoise adoption program area. Let me see all the tortoises. So this is where we keep all of our tortoises. We get in maybe 200, 300 a year from, they're all captive, so we don't get anything from the wild. So these come from people who can no longer house them, people who are moving out of state. But the biggest thing that we get them from is illegal breeding. It is illegal to have them produce multiple babies because they can have 12 every year, and they continue to have offspring even after being separated from the male for about 5 years. They'll primarily eat grass and native plants. If you don't have that, you can supplement with Timothy or Bermuda hay. You can do produce, but limited produce. Like we're giving them lettuce today because it's a little extra warm today, so they get that little bit of extra water source. Fruit is very, very limited. You don't want to do much fruit. It's got too much sugar and their bodies just don't process it very well. This is our juvenile enclosure. This is where we house most of our juveniles. They range from about a year old to maybe 5 or 6 years old. So the big difference between a tortoise and a turtle is a tortoise is more heavy-bodied, but they also don't have webbed feet and they need to be on land. Turtles will typically have webbed feet, are more built for water, so they're more slender. Fairly long nails. Their nails are typically longer than a tortoise's. These are native to Arizona, so we actually do have these out in the wild. A lot of people will ask why we don't just return these to the wild, and it's because there is a respiratory disease that is caused by the bacteria Mycoplasma, and it's not known, not super common in our wild population. We don't know if they actually have it without doing testing, which is very extensive. We can't do it on every tortoise. There is a possibility for a false negative. To keep our wild population safe, if they are born in captivity, they're from captivity, they've been in captivity for more than a certain amount of time, they unfortunately have to stay in captivity. They cannot be released into the wild. So to adopt a desert tortoise, all you have to do is have a burrow in your yard. That's the hardest thing that you have to do. There's no application fee, there's no adoption fee. We do accept donations, but building this is going to be the hardest thing that you have. You can't have a open pool, it needs to be gated, that will sink. If you have a fire pit that's in the ground, like an in-ground fire pit, they will rocket into it, so we need to have an above-ground fire pit if you have one. If your yard is completely enclosed, that's great, they can roam your whole yard. If you don't, then you'll need to build an enclosure for them in your backyard to stay in.
For many people, the word desert conjures up images of a scorching place where little life can survive. Well, the Arizona deserts are certainly scorching, but devoid of life? Hardly. In fact, out of the 4 U.S. deserts, the Sonoran Desert is the most diverse. Around 300 birds, 100 reptiles, 60 mammals, and 2,000 native plants thrive in the Sonoran Desert. If you're looking to get your fix of the desert, there's a beautiful state park just outside of the Tucson metropolitan area. Welcome to Catalina State Park. This is my friend Gabriel, artist and student of botany, really good friend of mine. I'm super excited to get even a portion of your deep knowledge of the desert flora.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here today. Looking forward to see what the nature trail has in store for us.
Amazing. You ready?
Let's do it.
Come on, let's take a hike. The nature trail is an easy loop, just 1 mile long. But if you don't have a plant-obsessed friend like Gabe, the trailside signs are a wealth of information about the plants and animals nearby.
You see that purple flower?
Yeah.
That's a thistle. This is another native flower of this desert.
Wow. See a little puff?
Yeah,
It has self-defense.
Yeah, this area here you stay away from on the bottom. I should have mentioned that.
Yeah, you told me too late. Oh my God.
You see?
Wow.
So that's protecting it until it's ready. So.
Okay, well, it worked.
Yeah.
It's protected.
This is nice. This is a Cochemia gramii, or the Arizona fishhook cactus. You can see why they call it that. There's little fish hooks
Yeah.
all around it. It's got a beautiful white color to it. Here's another beautiful plant. They call this one the fairy duster, and you can see why.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen petals like this. So these are the flowers?
Yes.
Wow. So skinny.
Here's another great example of that amazing brittle bush, Encelia farinosa. A great example of a microclimate. This is a brittle bush, and it's enjoying the shade that this Palo Verde gives it. You know, greenwood, another beautiful desert plant.
Thorns on everything out here, man.
They evolved to survive harsh conditions. Make sure nothing eats it, right? So this here is a scarlet poppy. Beautiful orange, beautiful purples. And they just stand out against all of this dry green and brown. They're all over the mountainside.
Easily the most iconic Arizona plant is the saguaro cactus, a stunning symbol of resilience in the desert heat. Saguaros are only found one place in the entire world, and that's here in the Sonoran Desert.
So this really is an exceptional, beautiful, majestic example of saguaro, or Carnegie gigantea. And it is one of the largest cacti in the world. The skeleton is used as lumber by the indigenous people, it has been, and also tools. And it's a keystone species, meaning that it provides food, shelter, and protection for many things here in the Arizona Sonoran Desert. It's protected. And,
Federally, right?
Yes, and so you can't mess with it in any way unless you have one on your land. It is something that you can buy at a nursery, or if you can come across seeds, you can grow it, although it's a very slow grower, but still an amazing, amazing plant.
Oh, there's so many beautiful desert plants out here. Could I plant some of them at my place?
Yeah, these are all, for the most part, native plants, so this is something that would do very well in your landscape in Phoenix. And actually, considering that we have a lack of water and that looks like it's going to continue for the foreseeable future, these are definitely sustainable options that will provide habitat and ornamental value. Another added benefit of growing these native flora of Arizona is that, for example, like a saguaro or the hedgehog cactus, they make amazing, amazing fruits. Beautiful colors, beautiful flavors, textures. So there's extreme culinary value there. Mesquites, they make pods that can be ground into different flowers. Many of these wildflowers have medicinal values as well. So you could create a beautiful ornamental native garden at your home in, let's say, Phoenix, but you could actually go out there and start picking fruits and leaves and edible flowers and really have just a magnificent diversity of flavors.
Babbling brooks, high windy lookouts, scorching deserts, lush water-loving plants, towering cacti, red-barked manzanita, and green-barked palo verde, frogs, deer, lizards, rare birds, and coatis. Unfortunately, due to climate change and other challenges, much of this life is threatened. Like Gabe said, this is here for all of us, not just humans, but all the different flora and fauna. When it comes to biodiversity, there's no better place to explore than Arizona. Let's do our best to protect it so the generations that come after us can enjoy it just as much as we do now. Thank you so much for hiking Ramsey Canyon and Catalina State Park with me. It's been amazing being deeply immersed in biodiversity and witnessing all these plants and animals coexisting. But more than anything, the more time I spend here, I realize how important it is that humans and nature can coexist in the same way. As always, I appreciate your time and energy. We'll catch you on the next trail.